queríamos saludarlo y preguntarle qué lo tiene visitando la misión diplomática en Colombia en el día de hoy.
Hi and ask you, why are you visiting our diplomatic mission here in New York?
Because I asked if I might have a conversation with your president about the possibility of raising 477A, which is the emergency resolution that has been used in the General Assembly before, and he has spoken about writing out a new resolution on the subject of Gaza and the genocide going on there. And so I'm hoping to be able to give my support to that event happening in the General Assembly this week.
¿Qué opinión le merece el discurso del presidente en la plenaria de las Naciones Unidas?
What is your opinion about the discourse that the President Petro gave in the General Assembly?
I listened to it. I listened to every single word of it. I listened to all the words. There was a lot at the beginning about the murder of whoever those people were in those boats spinning around in the South Caribbean, who were murdered completely illegally by the U.S. Navy, I believe. I wasn't there, so I listened to that. But he also had a lot to say about Gaza, and he said it very succinctly, and he said exactly what we've just spoken about here, that the time had come to bring up Uniting for Peace. Uniting for Peace has been used once since its initial inception in 1950, which was during the Korean War, and it was brought up by the United States in order to circumvent a Russian veto in the Security Council, and it was used again in 1956 after the British invaded Suez, after NASA nationalised the Suez Canal, and it was used then, and the Brits were thrown out of Suez, quite rightly, and this will be the third time that it is used, and it is absolutely imperative in my view, and that is why I've come here today to encourage your president in the very brave but correct act of using Uniting for Peace to end the genocide in Gaza.
Algunos medios de comunicación internacionales consideran que el presidente Petro es un líder mundial por sus posturas con el tema del cambio climático, haber sido uno de los primeros líderes que criticó el genocidio en Gaza. ¿Usted cree que el presidente Petro es un líder mundial? ¿Y por qué?
Some international media believe that the President Petro is an international leader because of his position in relation to climate change and in relation to the genocide in Gaza. Do you believe or share this idea of him being an international leader?
Absolutely. I mean, this is absolutely showing it. I know his work on climate control, and it's extremely important, obviously. But this, to oppose the genocide in Gaza to the extent that your president is threatening to do, we have to wait to read the resolution that goes before the General Assembly, is fundamentally important to the future of the human race. Our planet is being destroyed by the hegemony of the neoliberal powers who seek to control the world globally for their own advancement. They are lining their own pockets, and they're representing the oligarchs who do that. Okay, and they're doing it at the expense of the lives not just of Palestinians, but of people all over the world. Well, the people of the nations that are represented in the United Nations, which is a body to which I subscribe and believe in, but they're supposed to represent the peoples. The peoples are absolutely united in their disgust for the American and Israeli genocide of the people of Palestine. Today, it's the Palestinians. Tomorrow, it's you. This must be stopped now, and it needs an armed force to go in to oppose this genocide. The occupying army must leave. The General Assembly said that a year ago in an emergency session of the General Assembly. I think it was September the 18th, a year ago. They gave Israel 1 year to leave the occupied territories, to remove the IDF or the IOF from all occupied, that's including East Jerusalem, the West Bank and Gaza. They're still there. And their leaders, the appalling Netanyahu, Smotrich, Ben-Gvir, all of them are saying, no, we are going to expand until we control Greater Israel. And where would they stop there? This has marked resemblances to what happened in Northern Europe in the late 30s, and we all know where that led.
En Colombia tiene cientos de miles de admiradores por el legado que nos deja con su música, pero también por sus posiciones políticas. ¿Qué mensaje le quiere enviar a los colombianos?
In Colombia, you have thousands of followers, not only because of your music, but also because of the political message that you transmit through it. What would be the message that you want to send today to Colombia's people?
Be proud. Be proud of yourselves. For your president to write and present this resolution in an emergency session of the General Assembly of the United Nations in New York is something to be very proud of as a people. And I'm proud of you for supporting Gustavo Petro in this initiative. And I feel quite emotional saying that to you now, as I hope you can tell. This is hugely important, not just to you, the people of Colombia, or the people of South America or Central America, but to the whole world. And I promise you, people are going to follow you. This is going to spread, all right? All the nations of these great United Nations are going to want to be on the right side of history. This is a pivotal moment. There is a moral compass, and we all know what it is. And one of the things that that moral compass points to is actually in both the Torah and the Bible and all the old scripts, thou shalt not kill. And here we have a state, the state of Israel, murdering small babies and pregnant women and old people and children and resistance fighters. And they're going to go on until they've killed them all. And it is wrong. And the people of the world know that it is wrong. So we, the people of the world, thank your president and you, the people of Colombia, for taking a stand. And in the General Assembly, I promise you, the unaligned nations will stand with you. We are sick of the United States of America's stick and carrot democracy, or not democracy, there's nothing democratic about it, but the idea of diplomacy. Do what we want, or we'll kill you, or destroy your economy, or we'll lend you money. They're all equally evil. And we, the rest of the world, are fed up with it. So this is hugely important. If this happens this week or next week, or before the session of the General Assembly finishes, it will be the biggest thing that has happened in the United Nations since Suez. That's a long time.
Finalmente, en Colombia nos gustaría tenerlo algún día. ¿Es posible que podamos escuchar su música y su mensaje político en nuestro país?
In Colombia, we would love to have you back with your music and your political message. Are you planning to visit us anytime soon?
Well, I have no plans, but if I'm invited, I could come. I was there. I did a gig in Bogota in December in 2023, and the audience were wonderful. It was a great gig. The show I did at that time was called This Is Not a Drill. If that translates into Spanish, that would be a very good thing, because what we're doing now is not a drill. This is the real thing. This is a turning point in human history that we must not allow to escape us. And if part of that turning point is me going back to Colombia to do something, I couldn't be happier, because this is so important.